My name is Anthony Mwango Katalyeba. I'm an artist from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I'm 42 years old. I'm currently doing stippling art, which was an inspiration from one of the artists that I saw online, Rembrandt. And I loved how he did his black and white prints, and tried stippling art with a few pieces with my students, and they loved it. I continued practicing until I had 2 pieces sold in one of the exhibitions. So many people confuse pointillism and stippling. So stippling is just when you use black and white, like you use just a black pen to do your stippling or pencil. But when you do colorful dots, it's pointillism. So yeah, that's the difference between the two. The way I start stippling, usually I have an idea, and then I'd start sketching it with a pencil. On paper, I usually use off manila. People call it manila paper. It's not very soft, it's not very hard. And then I determine what size I want. Usually big pieces, they look very good, but they take a long time. So I would combine like big pieces, medium, and maybe smaller pieces, which is not less than A4 squared. And then I start stippling. When I started stippling, I did not find a very good pen that would not fade. So I did take a tour within the Salaam shops and found a good pen that I am currently using that doesn't fade. Yeah, but it did take a long time for me to discover which kind of pen I could be using for all the art pieces. So for me, I think as an artist or any other artist who does painting, they would start looking at the lights and darks. And for me, that's the only thing that I look at, because I'm not using paint with color. So I just play with shadows and lights, and then usually my figures are not very realistic, therefore I'm not very troubled if I'm drawing a person to do all the other details, maybe the facial expression and things like that. I just work with shades, light and darks, and that's it. So when I'm doing dots, the closer the dots, the darker the piece is, and the further the dots, the lighter the pieces. So that is all, that's the secret of that technique. Mostly I do landscape sceneries and animals. I usually get inspiration from the surroundings, usually when I'm like driving or I'm on a bus going somewhere. Like the first 2 pieces I sewed were actually the life of Dar es Salaam. The things that you see, the boda drivers and the coconut sellers, the beach and things like that. The buyer of those pieces actually said he first was struck by seeing that how I portrayed that through stippling art. It's something that they see in Dar es Salaam, but like no one has done it in such a way that it comes out. It's not very realistic, and my figures are not very realistic, but just because of the way I drew it and I portrayed it, so it tells a story. I've not estimated how long each piece takes because I do multiple works at a time. So like I would do like 5 or 4 at a time, and depending on the mood and which one I want to push a lot, then I'll spend more time with that one. It takes a long time, but at the end of the day, it has like 4 pieces finished, even after such a long period of time. One thing I love about my art is I express myself a lot through what I do. Basically, I was doing all kinds of art before like identifying what kind of art I would stick on. So I would do printmaking, I would do sign writing. I actually did a lot of sign writing, which gave me some quick money those days. I did digital, I think, for 5 years, and later on moved on to stippling art, which I'm currently doing now. This is my 4th year now, and I'm enjoying it. Hopefully to go into the 10th year being the best stippler in Dar es Salaam. I haven't seen anyone competing with me, so I'm comfortably doing it. Yeah.